We should be good to go.
I see it. It's letting me know we're live streamed. Okay. All right. This is case number SX42001941. The People versus Lance, Lance, Malden, Malden. On this matter, Mr. Malden is charged with a civil infraction for expired plates. Mr. Malden also has SX42001942. He's on this case number, he's charged with a civil infraction for no proof of insurance. And I believe he has one additional charge. Yes. SX42001943, civil infraction for Attorney Malden. What is that last charge?
I'm sorry, Judge. It's Sam Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Mr. Malden, Your Honor.
Yes, the last charge ending with 943. What is that charge? All I see is the abbreviation.
I believe it's failure to.
Your Honor, it's failed to properly secure passenger/child.
Okay,
correct.
That's what I thought it was. Very well. That is a civil infraction. It is we're scheduled today for a formal hearing today as well. Let's see. It appears that a required officer is not present today. I do not have the ticket in front of me. Madam Clerk, what's the officer's name?
First name is Justin, last name is Boczkaja.
All right, and that's the officer of the Detroit Police Department?
No, it's a state trooper.
State trooper, okay. That trooper has failed to appear, counsel. Do you have a motion?
Your Honor, at this time, we'd make a motion to dismiss this matter for officer failing to appear.
Very well. This matter was scheduled for 8:35 a.m. It is now 9:37. This court requires that the parties appear. I give them 1 hour to appear. Past that hour, I have no reasonable explanation for why, and I have no reasonable explanation for the lack of appearance. This court will proceed. This matter is dismissed without prejudice.
Thank you, Judge. Good to see you again. May you and your staff have a wonderful day.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
Your Honor, I believe Attorney Soroki is still in the breakout room talking to people. So I don't know if you're ready on the motion for Upshaw yet. Madam Clerk,
I've read it. Is Ms. Rogers there ready to proceed?
She's here. Not sure if she's ready to proceed on here.
Good morning, Judge. I am in the courtroom, and if I could have a few minutes before we do the motion.
Very well. Yes,
Did
let
you
me
need
know
to see-
when you're ready to proceed.
Let me just grab this upstairs, and I have to talk to one of their routines and then
Okay.
we're ready. Right, actually, do you have both of our responses in there? Judge, it's Sydney. I'm ready on Mays whenever the court's ready.
You're muted, Judge.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. All right, is Mr. Attorney Upshaw there?
No, he just signed back in, so he should be here. Attorney Upshaw, are you available? You out here on multiple devices?
Yes, I'm sending something to asking him to unmute. You very well may be in another courtroom. Yeah, he's just unmuted.
Your Honor, my name is Rehan Mahdi. I'm just a law clerk for Attorney Upshaw. He is in the courtroom. I believe he's in on another Zoom.
Very
I'm
well.
sorry. Yeah.
And I'm sorry, your last name is what?
Mahdi,
Mahdi? Okay. All right. Are you a clerk, you're a law student, or what?
I am a recent graduate from the University of Toledo Law School.
Oh, there you are. Okay. Well, all right. Well, as soon as Attorney Upshaw is here, we can proceed. And I'm not sure when you said I'm just a law law clerk or something like that, or you are a law clerk, not just a law clerk.
Yes, Your Honor. I just wanted to inform you that Mr. Upshaw is just on another.
All right. Well, we will proceed when he is available.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Chris, I'm gonna run next for then if we have a second.
Okay.
They're calling as always. I have like everything over here. I'll be right back.
Okay. Madam Court Reporter, I'll be right back. I'll have my phone with me if you need to reach me, but I shouldn't be going no more than maybe 10 minutes.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, thank you.
I don't have offers, but I'm ready on several people that have dismissals for valid docs.
Okay, Mr. Attorney Soroki, the clerk stepped out for 1 second. She'll be right back.
That's
Okay.
fine. Okay. Uh, mm. File.
Mr. Moore, I need you to unmute, please. Did you get kicked out again?
Yeah, I got kicked out again.
Did you speak with the attorney?
Yes, he
I
did.
was in the middle of speaking with him.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna put him back in the breakout room.
No, he's good. He sent me his insurance certificate, so he's fine.
Okay. Do you want me to let him stay out here or put him in? the
Yes, he can stay out here. That's
Okay,
fine.
sounds good. Mr. Moore, just put your device on mute for me.
Okay.
Uh,
All right, Madam Court Reporter, I am back.
Sounds good.
And Attorney Soroki, I believe Attorney Rogers is still working on the offer. She had to step away to the other courtroom, but I think for the most part, she did answer the offers, but she still has the files with her, so I gotta wait till she comes back.
okay, I have one trial that I set up. Do you want me to tell you it now? Would that be sufficient?
That's fine.
Mendez Ingus
Okay,
is the first case at 8:35 a.m.
yep, I got him. Thank you.
you. Uh,
Are you ready on Upshaw? And also Soroki is back out here if you want to tell him the whole.
I'm ready on both. Let me give Stroke a couple offers.
Okay.
Hey, good morning, Mr. Stroke. It's Sydney. How are you?
good morning. Do you want me to be in a breakout room?
Yeah, I can send judges out.
When she, Soroki, I'm gonna just put her in, 14. Since
That's
the last
fine. Thank you.
one. No problem. Trevor Moore, were you in the breakout room? Did the attorney tell you to come out the breakout room?
Yeah,
He told you to come out? I'm sorry,
you know I
Madam
had,
Clerk. I'm sorry, Madam Clerk. The attorney did speak with him and the attorney
Okay.
said it's okay for him to stay out here. He got kicked out once again.
Okay, no problem.
Madam Clerk, this is Sergeant Carson. Could you tell me if Bernard Mincy has checked in?
Let me double check. You know what, Sergeant Carson, you're free to go. He's not out here. So he did not check in.
Okay, so that's gonna be a KPS on Mincy then, correct?
Yes,
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day.
you as well.
Hey, good morning, Madam Clerk. Officer Harris for Moreland.
What was the person again?
Paris, last name is Mehdi, I believe. Just want to know if they checked in yet.
Cortland, Betty? Nope,
Yes,
they
ma'am.
didn't check it. So you're free to go.
All right, ma'am. Thank you. Have a good day.
No problem.
Good morning, ma'am. Officer Bush. Trying to see if Derek Mason checked in.
Nope, he did not either.
Okay, thank you.
Corporal Alexander, your person is here. Officer Harris, you're free to.
Is that for Corporal Alexander?
Yes, your person is here.
Okay, thanks.
Madam Clerk, I stepped away for a moment. Is there anything that we can call?
I believe, Attorney Rogers is ready on May. We're just waiting for Attorney Upshaw to zoom back in.
And I have 2 dismissals.
Okay.
Roll, please.
Okay.
Next time, actually, can I see it? John said something about he might have paid some other tickets. Can I see if there's a civil infraction out of this?
Yep.
Upshot again.
Yeah, I don't
Get
know
here at
when
the
he's
same
at. He
time.
said he's trying to zoom back in.
Oh, you know what? You don't have to look that up. He showed insurance. That's what it was.
Okay.
He also paid. Yeah, I'll write it up. That's it. Or actually, we talked about it. Sorry. Got my piles on my son. That's it.
Okay.
For Jessica Moore, we might have 2 files for her. This is a dismissal too, but I think it's also. Maybe not.
I think he was about to hand it to me, then you took it back.
That must, I'm losing my mind.
to address them all. I should have asked you, of course, but please help me in the process of.
Yeah, you should have called me because that's how you could tell one person wrote all letters. That's why I didn't submit them because he was seeing the question. But here's the point.
I think he already submitted them.
Ready. Attorney Upshaw, are you ready? Oh my goodness.
Crystal, if it's not too big of a deal, is it possible to put the cameras on the courtroom?
You said what?
Is it possible to put the camera out here?
Oh.
If it's not. Look like the chair's talking. Perfect, thank you.
Attorney Upshaw, are you ready?
Yes, yes, I am.
Okay. Judge, you ready?
Yes, Madam Clerk, I am.
Okay, we're ready on Mays.
Very well. Okay, what time was May scheduled for?
I believe it was 9 o'clock. Let me see.
I
Yes,
see it. I see it. Thank you.
Madam Court Reporter, are you ready?
I am, thank you.
Very well. This is case Z, as in zebra, 8084471. The People versus Deshawn, D-A-S-H-A-W-N, Mays, M-A-Y-S. Mr. Mays is charged with 1 count of operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated. Appearances, please.
Good morning, Sydney Rogers for the People, Kate 2072.
Attorney Upshaw, you're muted. You're muted, sir.
Apologies, Your Honor.
No problem, counsel.
Randall Upshaw, P number 43574, on behalf of Mr. Mays.
Very well. And how are we going to proceed today?
Your Honor, I prepared a motion based upon the discovery, and I would like to argue my motion to
Very well.
dismiss for failure to provide.
Very well.
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead, counsel.
Apologies. Your Honor, going forward, what happened is that the prosecutor has provided the body worn camera of the officer. The officer's statement was based that he seen the defendant driving in some erratic form, and he followed him, and then he stopped him after making these traffic. The entire incident is whether the officer had probable cause to stop this individual. I've requested the discovery, and it's strange that the officer would provide the body worn camera, but not a dash camera. We all aware that the rules state that a well-trained officer would know what he has to save and what he has to prepare and what he has to give. And I had also, I don't know if I placed it in this brief, but I also note quote that the prosecutor has a duty to obtain all relevant evidence that they are. Judge, it's strange that I cannot get the dash cam, which is the only relevant piece of evidence. And since I have not been provided with the dash cam.
Well, counsel, why would you say that's the only relevant information?
The reason I state that, Your Honor, is because everything happened is because the police officer following the client making these drives. The body worn camera does not show any of that. The body worn camera only shows after my client was removed from the car and questioned. So for me to argue that there was no probable cause, the officer is going, yes, I followed him. He was driving like this. He swerved like this, or he did such and such. Mm-hmm. But he did not provide the dash cam, which is in the vehicle.
Okay. Do we know if the dash cam exists?
The prosecutor can answer.
As we know, counsel, the dash cam only operates when the lights have been activated. If in fact the officer saw something prior to activating the lights, it would not be on a dash cam. So it's not the only relevant information. If the officer's testimony is relevant as well, would it not be?
The officer's testimony would be relevant, but Judge, it's an unfair playing field because we won't be able to impeach the officer.
Yes, but all I'm saying is, counsel, evidence may not exist. It may not be a video. I'm not saying it does or doesn't, because I haven't heard all of the evidence. But when you say that that's the only relevant information or evidence, that's not true. That's not true. It's not the only relevant information, because certainly I can be driving someplace, I can see somebody do something, and by the time I turn my camera on, it doesn't mean I didn't see something. So I'm just saying it's not the only relevant information. So we can
if I may,
go ahead.
I apologize, Your Honor. First of all, the body cam was on inside of the car before 2, 3, 4 minutes before the stop, I believe. The prosecutor will have a duty to explain why I'm not given that dash cam.
Yes,
why I say it's relevant is because that's the strongest and most vital evidence, and the only evidence that I may be able to use to impeach the officer. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. No, I agree that if it is available, it must be provided. So go ahead. Anything else?
No, Your Honor, I'll save anything for the brother.
Go ahead, Madam Prosecutor.
Thank you, Judge. And to answer the court's question from earlier, no, the dash cam does not exist. The timeline, the age of this offense is really working against us. The incident date was February 6, 2021, and discovery was not requested until March 7th of 2023. In misdemeanors, there's no automatic discovery. What triggers it is when there's a discovery request. Discovery was produced to defense counsel the following day after his discovery request, where we produced everything in the prosecution's possession, which includes Officer Wheeler's body cam that's it's just under an hour and a half long, the complete warrant packet, the arrest report, the event report, the officer daily report, the incident investigation report, and the body cam. Here, my paralegal, Mr. Miller, has looked multiple times for the scout car. It is not scout car video, and it did not upload onto the system. It is unable, we cannot download it. My paralegal has looked, and there's scout car video from earlier that same day, but not of this incident. There's nothing relevant here. It's not on the system. The prosecution cannot produce it because we do not have it. It doesn't exist at this point. We provided everything that's in our possession, including a body cam that shows the entire incident. The body cam turns on, as Mr. Upshaw said, in the scout car and depicts the entire arrest and the entire incident. The scout car video is not available here, but that does not mean that there's not evidence of it. Mr. Upshaw, I think, is forgetting that testimony is evidence, and we do have officers that were there that can testify in person. Because of that, we're asking for this motion to be denied.
Counsel, I'm a little confused here because it's something that I missed when I read your motion. It says defendant was arraigned on February 9th of 2022. Were you counsel at that time?
Your Honor, no, I just became counsel 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay. But it indicates that discovery was not requested until March of 2023. So that would be 13 months later. As we know, that videos and things of that nature are not kept that long.
Your Honor, I am aware, but what I would ask the court to pay my attention to is this. Before I was here in court, the defendant was representing himself for over a year, roughly, from whenever, I think the case, and
actually the case was February 2021, so discovery was requested over 2 years later. So,
well, Your Honor, what I'm saying to this court, and I wasn't there, my client, 2 things. He informed me that he requested the discovery and he wasn't getting it, and that's why he hired me. The second part is this, Judge. If you have preserved the the body worn camera, which is connected to the same computer, good faith would have you preserve the dash cam also.
I can't say that, counsel. I cannot say that. That's procedural things. I don't know what is kept, and I don't know if this was kept inadvertently. I don't know. I certainly cannot say that because one thing exists, everything should exist. I can't say that. They have a retention period where they're required to keep it. And once you're beyond that, something may exist that lasted beyond that retention period, and something else may not. But it certainly is not bad faith to say that because they have one thing, they must have something else. You can't say that. It is beyond the retention period. It is beyond the time where the things must be kept. That they have something at all is almost a gift because it's past the retention period. They're not required to have it past that. So, and unless there's something that is bad faith, I can't dismiss this case because I don't show that it was dismissed or something was destroyed because they did not want it to appear. It's beyond the retention period. They're not required to keep it beyond that period. And unless there's bad faith, I can't dismiss the case.
May I ask a question, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
You stated the date of this incident was in 2021.
Yes.
When was the date when they sought the warrant?
I don't know, but it shows that he was arraigned in 2022. I don't know when they requested the warrant.
Judge,
When
I have that.
Go ahead.
The date of incident when the defendant was arrested was February 6, 2021. The date that the warrant was signed by my office was February 8th, 2021. And 36th District Court Magistrate authorized the charges on October 14th, 2021. And then it was set for arraignment on February 9th, 2022.
Okay, Madam Prosecutor, can you tell me how long was the date between the time, months passed between the time of the arrest and the time in which you signed the warrant or requested the warrant?
It was 2 days. What took the more time is the magistrate didn't authorize the charges for quite a few months. But my office signed in 2 days.
Okay, your office signed in 2 days, but when did you take it to the magistrate and have the magistrate sign it?
I don't know when it was taken down to the magistrate. That's done by the court officer. I could get records of that, but the magistrate signed on October 14th, 2021.
So how many months occurred between the time the signed magistrate and his arrest? That's what I'm asking.
Yes, she's.
So you asking her to count the months between the dates that she just gave you, counsel?
It was 8
Judge,
months.
the part, 8 months. And see, Judge, what happened is by the time that they picked up the warrant or whatever, 8 months, when we talk about a time of retention, no matter what, if they didn't retain it, he couldn't have received it if the retention is going to be, as they say, 90 days or something. I always heard the retention was 90 days. Now, they didn't have the magistrate sign the warrant for 8 months. So therefore, my client had no way of requesting and preserving that. Now, and my other point is I always heard the body cams wouldn't preserve for more than 90 months,
No,
90 days.
no, it doesn't say that they're not, they say they're not required to do it past a certain period of time. That this still exists it doesn't say you must destroy it by a certain time. They're saying you cannot expect to get it past a certain time, but they still may be available. And as this is.
Your Honor, may we have an evidentiary hearing on this matter? Because normally the evidence IT guy can take in a spot why the body worn camera was preserved, why the dash cam was not preserved, and we can have an evidentiary hearing on whether it's bad faith or not.
Yeah, you can do that. I mean, because it could be a number of reasons. One, the video did not take on the dash cam. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying something did or did not happen, but I'm just saying, I don't know that you can look at one and say, well, if you got one, you should have the other, or if you got, or all should be destroyed or all should be preserved. I don't know what the track is for the different mediums. So, but I can't make an assumption that because one thing exists, the other one must exist, or if one was destroyed, the other one should have been destroyed. Those are things that I cannot say are absolutes. And certainly we can have a hearing and we can get anyone in from the evidence text, and they can determine, or they can look at whatever their logs are in their history and see what happened.
Yes, sir.
Judge, if I could just briefly respond.
Yes.
Here I am objecting to the evidentiary hearing as it's not necessary. Defense has not proven anything here. They've made statements that we do not have the body cam. They don't know why we don't have it. But they have not shown any bad faith. And the case law is very clear here that you have to show bad faith, and it just simply was not shown here. The timeline, it took 2 years for discovery to be requested. When it was requested, everything that the prosecution has was turned over within 1 day.
No.
There's no bad faith here.
No, counsel, you cannot say that either. Without him having someone to come in and say how or what, he can say, he may come in and say, I don't know why, or what the track is for everything, or how one thing can be dismissed and the other one wasn't. I don't know, but certainly I can't say that there was bad faith. I can't say that there wasn't without the people who actually, how those things are handled. But certainly, I don't know what happened, what the track is, and certainly without him being able, when I say him, I apologize, counsel, without defense counsel being able to ask a question of how one got destroyed and why the other one didn't. It could be just a random thing, but that does not say that that's bad faith. It just means that they are stored separately and they may have been destroyed at separate times, but certainly it does not mean that that's bad faith. But certainly I can't say that without understanding procedurally how they were separated and how they're destroyed.
Thank you, Judge. I understand. Just so I'm clear for this future evidentiary hearing, so I have the right witnesses. Do I only need a witness as to why, like a tech witness, as to why the scout car video is not available, not the arresting officers?
I'm ready, Your Honor.
I'm sorry.
Mr. Upshaw?
We can have the arresting officer in the check just to be safe, so we can get it all done within that half an hour or hour.
Okay.
If the court
But if this is a evidentiary hearing that's centered on the destruction of some evidence, if it's proper or not, what would the arresting officer have to contribute in that regard?
Okay, Your Honor, let's just take the evidence test. Thank you. And Your Honor, with all respect, I see a judge, I'm in Ohio. I see a judge waving me into the courtroom. So if I can get a date, I would appreciate it.
All right, Ms. Rogers, how much time do you need?
If I could get at least 30 days, because I'm not sure who my witness will be, so that might take me a few days.
Mr. Upshaw, basically what we can do is I can give you 30 days now, or, and what was Ms. Rogers checks who she's looking for, if in fact that takes longer, then we can adjust the date.
Thank you very much, Judge. I will have my clerk call your office and get the date.
June 22nd at 9 a.m.
June 22nd. Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
You as well. Mr. Mays, you can sign off now.
And we're actually gonna make that for 10 a.m. So Mr. Mays, 10 a.m. and I will email Upshaw and let him know.
Oh, and
June 22nd at 10 a.m.
And Judge, will this be an in-person hearing or on Zoom still?
You know what? Since Mr. Upshaw is gone, I don't want to make that call, but we can contact Mr. Upshaw and see how we. You know what? Why don't we just do it in person? That way, you know, if there's any.
I think that's a lot easier.
Pardon me?
I think in person's a lot easier when you're putting testimony on.
Yes, I agree. So in person, Mr. Mays, that means we'll be here in court on that day, live in court, not on Zoom. You can sign off, Mr. Mays.
Mr. Mays, we didn't hear you because you were muted.
June 22nd, 10 a.m. in courtroom 331?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Attorney Soroki, you ready? You're muted. We're gonna get this together one day.
One day. Maybe.
I want to tell you, I gave Oliversky Murphy a trial date. Also.
Let me see. Okay, you said a trial date?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, what's going on with McGruder? Because he keeps asking to come out the breakout room. Can he come out?
No, we don't have an offer on him yet. I don't know if his officers are here, but I don't have an offer on him yet.
No, I don't think any of the officers from McGruder showed up. I'm looking at their names.
We can pull him out then.
Okay.
I'll pull him out.
Okay. You have the file for him, Cindy? Yep. Okay. Yeah, I don't see any of those officers checked in.
We have quite a few other trials over there. I'll ask you.
Okay. Officers for Tyree McLemore here. The officers
Who's here at McLemore?
Huh?
McLemore has more than one. I have Harrington.
Harrington, he called in, but he didn't check in. So he checked in, but he told me he had a courtroom
Okay,
to
so
call.
he's here. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, Robinson is here.
Yep.
And then for Julius Montage, Presley is here, but not the other two officers. And then for William Moon, Corporal Alexander is here, but I haven't seen Casey Summaries.
Okay, and that's the officer. Okay, cool.
Judge Wagner, how could.
Mr. Soroki, I have another dismissal for you that I don't think I previously gave you.
Okay.
On Desta McLemore, she paid a civil infraction, so I'll dismiss the 2 misdemeanors on. Or I'm sorry, I'll dismiss the 1 misdemeanor and 2 civil infractions on the docket.
Okay, so you're dismissing everything on her?
Correct. But she already
Okay.
paid one.
Because there's only 1 ticket showing on the docket, so.
Oh,
right.
okay. I have a couple more, but
Okay, no problem. We'll take care of those. Thank you.
Judge Wagner.
And then on Tyree McLemore,
Tomorrow.
all officers are present.
Right?
So it's going to be the open intox in a motor vehicle as charged based on having a prior. I'm also recommending as a sentencing recommendation, Mothers Against Drunk Driving Victim Impact Panel.
All right,
And expired plate civil infraction as charged, dismissal of the balance, which is 3.
I don't see an expired plates. I just see no op, no insurance, license improper. I think the expired plates here is on Mendy, right under, no, I'm sorry, he does have expired plates. So he's pleading to, he's pleading to expired plates, you said?
Yep, and open intox.
Okay, very good. And dismiss the others.
Correct.
Okay, I'm ready. We don't have an offer on Julius Montague.
That one, I have to look at that one because we only have one officer here, so that'll take just a second.
No problem.
And then, Madam Clerk, do we have an officer on Mays, which is Jay Ollie?
Let me see. Initial Mays?
Yes.
No.
He's up for trial, right?
Yes.
And then Alan Mays will be a no PO.
Mays,
Correct. Initius Mays. It's an OT.
it's his lucky day. Okay,
Okay, so did you want to do the people we got out here already?
I'm
or
ready.
you wanna-
Yeah, we have basically almost everybody out here anyways. I'm ready.
All right, let's call Mixon, Anton Mixon. Judge, he's on the docket at 8:35.
This is a plea, both officers are here.
Yeah, all right, Madam Clerk, I was just looking for my cheat sheet with all of the information with regard to fines on it. I don't believe I have all of that with me today, but I'll have to rely on you. Don't know, I see some of it. Yeah, I do see some of it. All right. So we're calling Mays, you said, is that correct, Madam Clerk?
Yes. Mixon, I'm sorry.
Mixon, yeah, Mays.
Anton Mixon.
And he's at
8:35. He has one ticket.
okay. All right, I guess I gotta look at my phone since my page 1 seems to have disappeared and all of this. Yes, there it is as well. Goodbye.
From an attorney on Island or an officer.
For which one?
On Island,
Yes, the attorney is out here.
Yep, I just.
Yeah, he's out here.
Usually.
Yeah, he was waiting. The officer.
That was nice.
Yeah, the officer was out here too. That's Allison, right?
No, Daniel is his officer.
Oh, we didn't know. His
Madam Clerk, did you say Mays or Mason?
Mays.
Mixon,
Mixon.
Anton Mixon.
Ah, okay. That.
I'm sorry.
All right, I do see that. All right, Mr. Mixon, state your full name.
Anton J. Mixon.
Very well, Mr. Mixon, you have ticket number SP 14142121. The People versus Anton, ANTON, Mixon, MIXON. Mr. Mixon, you're charged with 1 count of no insurance.
Your Honor, defendant showed me a valid insurance certificate. We move to dismiss.
All right, Mr. Mixon, based on your proof that you are currently insured, I don't know if you were at that time, but you have insurance today, the people would move to dismiss that matter. This matter is dismissed without prejudice, sir. You're all set.
Thank you.
You can sign off, Mr. Mixon. You're all set. Thank you.
Oh, this is irritating. Why does this- Your Honor, can we do the first one on the docket at 8:30 for retained counsel so we can get him out of here? It's a no PO.
That's Islam.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, he is here. He is here. But counsel, really quick,
Yes,
the city attorney offered limited access 1 to 5.
that's fine. I'll take it.
Okay, well then we can still call it, but the officer is here.
Very well. All right, Mr. Islam, state your full name, please. Or counsel, are you representing him, waiving his presence?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, certainly the law does allow for the attorney to stand in and accept and proceed without the defendant on civil infractions. This is case number 237-529-551. The people versus the name, and tell me if I'm pronouncing it, if I'm doing this correctly, counsel. For a first name, I just chose 2 letters, MD, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
M as in Mike and D as in David. Last name or middle name is Nazmul, Nazmul. Last name is Islam, Islam. Mr. Islam is charged with 1 count of disregarding a red traffic signal. The people have offered that if he were to plead today, he could plead to the reduced charge of, what was that, Madam Clerk?
Limited access 1 to 5.
Very well, driving speeding, driving 1 to 5 in a limited access zone, which is a 0-point ticket. Is that correct, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because I do not have the ticket in front of me for a factual basis, could you give me the date and the location?
1 second, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
I believe the date of the ticket, he actually didn't send it to me either, but I can try to find it.
The offense date is April 24th, 2023 at 2:11 a.m. Location southbound on Woodward and Peterborough Street.
In the city of Detroit, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, counsel, certainly for a factual basis, we will indicate that on that date, your client did in fact disregard a red signal, but as a result of the plea, the charge is being reduced to driving 1 to 5 over in a limited access zone. The fine is $125, and that, as we know, must be paid within 14 days.
Thanks, Your Honor. Have a great day.
Thank you. You as well, sir.
Sergeant Williams, you are free to sign off. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Stay safe, Sergeant Williams.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
Let's see, who are we ready on? Are we ready on Mays? Attorney Soroki? It looks like he's frozen. So. Yeah, I guess we're waiting because it looks like Attorney Soroki is frozen. I don't know what's going on. Oh,
What's
are you
that?
here?
Yeah, sorry. What do you call it?
Are we ready on Mays?
Yes. Okay. Let me
It's under 9
find,
o'clock.
Under
It's just,
it's under, you said 9 o'clock, Madam Clerk?
yes.
yes,
That's Deshaun Mays.
yes,
No.
it's
Oh,
Sean
no,
Mays,
That's Ignatius Mays. correct?
Ignatius. Yes,
All right, Mr. Mays.
Did you bring him out? I don't see him. Is he out here?
let me see here. Go to the breakout room.
He might have fell off, Your Honor. I don't see him out here and I don't see him in the breakout room either, but it's a no PO. The officer didn't appear.
Okay, well, he appeared, so we will put this on the record. This is case number U636777122. The People versus Ignatius, IGNATIUS Mays, MAYS. Mr. Mays is scheduled for trial today. He is charged with one count of offer to engage another for an act of prostitution. Mr. Mays has been present all morning. There is a necessary witness, I believe an officer, Jacqueline Ali. We have not seen an officer, either this particular officer or any partner or any officer that was involved with this case, to be present to proceed with the trial. As a result of that, this case is dismissed without prejudice.
Thank you. Alan Soroki appearing on the defendant's behalf. I waive the defendant's appearance.
Very well. Well, you don't have to waive his appearance. He has appeared. Because this matter is being dismissed, there is no prejudice. So the matter is dismissed. So.
Thank you.
How about Sandra McGee? Are we ready on that one?
With Sandra McGee, actually, I didn't get an offer on that one yet.
The offer was she would plead responsible as charged to 8801 and 8802 would be dismissed. And the officer is here, Sandra McGee.
Let me see. Okay, I'll talk to her about it. And then failure to yield to emergency vehicle. How many points is that? If anyone knows.
Yeah. Let me look it up, counsel. Let me see. There you go.
All right, well, let me do the rest of the people that's out here in the breakout. So we get rid of those people.
Yep, failure to yield to an emergency vehicle, counsel, is a 2-point offense.
Okay, that's a lower one. Okay, very good.
Are we ready on Rosetta Moore?
Yes.
Okay. Rosetta Moore is on the docket, Your Honor, under, I believe, 830. The last name under 830.
Rosetta Moore. Okay, and we're ready to call this case?
Yes.
Yes.
Ms. Moore, are you present on Zoom? Can you unmute your microphone and state your full name, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Rosetta Moore.
Turn your camera on as well, ma'am. Thank you. This is ticket number U596700521. The People versus Rosetta, ROZETTA. Last name is Moore, MOORE. Ms. Moore, you're charged with one count of disorderly conduct.
Yes. Alan Soroki, P37441, appearing on behalf of the defendant. What's your name for the record, ma'am?
Rosetta Moore.
Yes. Your Honor, Ms. Moore wishes to today's your arraignment. She waives the formal reading, stands mute.
Very well.
And she wishes to accept the offer of prosecution of a 3-month late sentence to the charge of disorderly conduct.
Very well. Ms. Moore, please raise your right hand and state your full name.
Rosetta Moore.
Your right hand, ma'am.
Sorry about that. Rosetta Moore.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the complete truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may lower your hand. Ms. Moore, you understand that you have a constitutional right, an absolute right to go forward with trial. You don't have to plead guilty to anything. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand by pleading guilty, you do give up your right to go to trial. You give up your right to have witnesses come in. Well, let me say it this way. The prosecution must prove the case against you, and they must prove it against you beyond a reasonable doubt. To do that, they would have to present evidence. You would have the opportunity to challenge that evidence. If it is a witness, you can cross-examine them. If it is something physical, you can examine it or have it examined yourself. And if the evidence does not rise to a level of proof beyond a reasonable doubt, the verdict must be not guilty. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
By pleading guilty, ma'am, you give up that right to challenge the testimony and the evidence. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you pleading guilty today because you are in fact guilty, Ms. Moore?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Soroki, I don't have the factual basis in front of me. Do you have a ticket with the date and time and the whatever it was that occurred?
I have the information, Your Honor.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
No problem. July 10th, 2021 at 6 p.m. Location, Livernois, and I can't read the handwriting of the other street, but it
It's
was
on
Livernois.
Livernois in the city of Detroit, correct? That's fine.
Yes.
All right, that's good enough. All right. On that date and time, ma'am, is there something that you were doing that caused the police officer to write you a ticket for disorderly conduct?
Yes, Your Honor.
What was that, ma'am?
I had to use the restroom and I wasn't near anywhere to use.
So you did it publicly.
Yeah.
All right, the court will find you guilty of the charge of disorderly conduct. The court will give you a delayed sentence. How much time was the delayed sentence on the offer?
90 days, Your Honor, 3 months.
90 days. All right. Ma'am, what happens here with a delayed sentence is you plead guilty to something, but the sentence was never effectuated and the matter gets dismissed. So basically after 90 days, if you don't do something else or get arrested for something else, then this matter will be dismissed and it will not be on your record.
Okay, Your Honor.
Okay. Your fine, ma'am, is $225. Can you pay that right away or do you need time?
I need time, Your Honor.
How much time do you need?
At least 2 weeks.
Oh, that's not time, ma'am. That's when I ask somebody if they need time, I'm generally asking if you need 30, 60, 90 days or something like that. I tell you what, if you say 2 weeks, I give you 30 days. Make sure that you have time to pay it. All right, 30 days. 30 days is what day, Madam Clerk?
30 days would be June 22nd.
June 22nd, ma'am. You have till June 22nd. Now, that does not mean you have to wait till June the 22nd. That's on or before. So you can pay it all before that date, or you can pay some at a time so you don't have to. So if you pay $10 today or tomorrow or $20 next week or whatever, you can do it anytime where you want in between that 30 days. That was 30 days, right? Yeah, 30 days.
Yes, sir.
All right, ma'am.
Yes, Your Honor.
You know how and where to pay?
Yes, online.
Yeah, that's one way. Have you seen the kiosk around the city called DivDat, where people pay their utility bills and things of that nature? They're in many of the markets. They're in the Meyer stores. They're in the Meyer stores in Detroit. I know I've seen them in Detroit, but I don't know if they're in the outlying ones. But they're all over the city in many of the markets where people pay their utility bills. You can pay there, pay online, or you could come into the courthouse during normal working hours.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You can sign off.
Okay, let's do Deshaun McGee. Deshaun McGee is on the docket under 835, Your Honor.
Very well. 835, Deshaun McGee. I do see Mr. McGee. He has two charges, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. McGee, unmute your microphone. Hold on 1 second, please. 1 second. I apologize. Madam Clerk, you were speaking.
No, we were calling Deshaun McGee, and it's under 835.
Okay, I do see it. Oh, that's what it was. Mr. McGee, state your full name, please.
Sean McGee.
Mr. McGee, you have ticket number SP 14089-202. The People versus Deshaun, DESEAN, McGee, MCGHEE. Mr. McGee is charged with 1 count of driving with a revoked license on this matter. You also have SP 14089-201. And on the same date and time, you had a ticket for defective or missing equipment. All right, appearances, please.
Alan Soroki, P37441, appearing on behalf of the defendant. What's your name for the record, sir?
Deshaun McGee.
Your Honor, Mr. McGee wishes to accept the offer of prosecution. The driving on revoked license will be reduced to failure to display, and the defective equipment will be dismissed. He also showed me his car, and he has fixed his lights, so that he's taken care of that problem.
Very well. All right, Mr. McGee, the prosecution has made an offer that they would amend, reduce that charge from driving with a revoked license to fail to display. A charge that basically says that you had a license, even if that's a legal fiction, because you didn't have to have a license, you don't have a license. And they would just amend it to failure to present, or basically saying, I just left my license at home. It's a legal fiction, but you want to take advantage of that, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, Mr. McGee, I need you to raise your right hand and state your full name.
Deshaun McGee.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may lower your hand. Mr. McGee, you understand you have a constitutional right to go to trial, but if you plead guilty, you give up that right?
Yes, sir.
People would have to prove the case if you went to trial. They must prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. You'd have the opportunity to challenge any evidence that's presented against you. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
By pleading guilty, you give up that right. And are you pleading guilty of your own free will, sir?
Yes, sir.
Mr. McGee, on the date and time, Madam Clerk or Mr. Soroki, help me out here.
September 12th, 2022 at 2:19 a.m. Location Finkel and LaShore Street in the city of Detroit.
Very well. That date and time, sir, were you stopped by the by police officers?
Yes, sir.
You were driving your vehicle?
Yes, sir.
At that time, was your license revoked?
Yes, sir.
Were to find you guilty of the amended and reduced charge of failure to display. The other charge of defective or missing equipment is dismissed. Your fine is $225. Can you pay that right away, sir, or do you need time?
I need time.
How much time do you need?
About 60 days.
60 days. 60 days. Madam Clerk, what is 60 days from today's date?
60 days would be July 24th, 2023.
Very well. July 24th. Have it paid on or before that date, sir, not after. On or before. You can break it up in any increment you want, long as on July 24th, it is entirely paid.
And what was that amount again, Your Honor?
$225.
Thank you.
You know how and where to pay.
Yes, sir.
And you're all set. Good luck to you, sir. Stay safe.
Thank you, as well.
Okay. Let's see, what else we got? Are we ready on McLemore?
McLemore?
Ms.
Yes.
Jessica?
Tyree McLemore is.
No,
No,
not
that's
Tyree.
Desta. It's at 8:30 a.m.
Yes, we're ready.
Okay.
All right. Is Desta McLemore out here?
She is.
Yes, I am.
Good morning, Ms. McLemore.
Good morning.
This is ticket number SP 114659131. The People versus Desta, DESTA. Her last name is McLemore, McLemore. Ms. McLemore is charged with 1 count of new operator's license. That is the only charge that we have against Ms. McLemore today.
It is a recommendation of the city attorney that the ticket will be dismissed, Your Honor, because she paid the civil infraction on the other tickets.
Very well, Ms. McLemore, you had some other tickets that were payable tickets. They were civil infractions. You took care of that, so the people have indicated they will dismiss this. All right?
Okay.
All right, so you're all set, Ms. McLemore. Good luck to you. Stay safe. Your matter is dismissed today.
Y'all have a good one.
You also.
Okay. And let's do Jessica Moore.
Jessica Moore at, let's see, what time is Jessica?
8:35.
8:35, that's helpful. Okay. Jessica Moore only has one charge, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss Jessica Moore, unmute your microphone, state your full name, please.
Jessica Katrina Moore.
All right, Miss Moore, you have ticket number SP 1413991. The People versus Jessica, Jessica. Last name is Moore, Moore. And you have one count of no insurance. Ms. Moore, that is your charge.
Alan Sroki, P3744, and appearing on behalf of the defendant. What's your name for record, ma'am?
Jessica Moore.
Your Honor, defendant did show me valid insurance. We move to dismiss.
Very well. All right. Now, Ms. Moore, just so you understand that this is not necessarily a ticket that you get just by right. But if in fact you have insurance now, it is the policy of the people to dismiss it. So even if you, and I'm not saying you didn't have insurance at the time, but even if you didn't, they tend to dismiss if you have corrected that situation. So counsel has indicated, and as officer of the court, he's indicated you have current insurance now, so your matter is dismissed, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
You as well.
Bye.
And I think everybody else, you still gotta talk to, right, Attorney Soroki, because
Yeah, did you call Trevor Moore?
he was a state ticket. I talked to the state prosecutor. Her offer was that if he had valid insurance, she would dismiss it, but if not, do an attempt assurance.
He has valid insurance.
Okay. Well, then we can call Trevor Moore, which is at 8:35, Your Honor.
I see it. Mr. Moore, unmute your microphone.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Oh, yes, Mr. Moore. State your full name, please.
Trevor Moore.
Mr. Moore, you have ticket number SX 39763771. The People versus Trevor, Trevor Moore, Moore. You have your charge with one count of no insurance. That is a misdemeanor. Counsel is indicate, well, place your name on the record, counsel.
Alan Sroki, P3744, and appearing on behalf of the defendant. I did see the defendant's valid insurance.
All right, Mr. Moore, counsel has indicated that you have provided documentation that you have valid insurance at this time, so this matter is dismissed. Dismissed without prejudice, sir. Good luck to you. You can sign off. You're good to go.
All right, thank you.
The court has to take a 3-minute break.
Okay.
And Alan, before you go, I have the last two offers for you.
All right, thank you.
All right, last one is Julius Montague.
Yes.
So we only have Officer Presley here.
Okay.
The offer will be a failure to display.
Okay.
The speed 31 over as charged. Dismissal, the no proof of insurance, and then the rest are no POs.
Okay.
And if you want to adjourn on and take a driving class, I'd be fine with that.
Would that help him regarding his 31-mile-an-hour over ticket?
Yes, that will help. I'll reduce it.
Okay, well, I'll talk to him about that. That's probably what he'll do, because that's a big ticket.
Right, he was going 73 and a 35. Yeah, that's why I said maybe driving class.
Okay, and what about the other? Do we have, it looks like that's all the offers needed, because Magruder's.
One more.
Excuse me?
I have one more that's up for pretrial, Mandus Igus, IGUS.
I think he said him for trial.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. Last one.
That's
And
it?
Did you talk to Ernest McGruger yet? Because I see he's back out here, but I know you said you hadn't got a chance to talk to
I
him.
sent him,
about
I brought him out. I haven't talked to him. He's an OPO, so he can sit
Okay.
here and we'll dismiss. We'll get dismissed. I've talked to a couple people, Tyree McLemore and Montagui.
Okay,
And
and
also
you also
this
gotta
other-
talk to Spencer McGee.
Right, right. Okay, very good. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Chris, I gotta go to Judge Holmes, but text me if you need anything.
Okay, thank you.
It's over.
Okay, I'm back, Madam Clerk.
Okay. Let's see if Attorney Soroki, no, he's not back yet. He's still in the breakout.
Okay. How many people do we have in the breakout rooms?
Just one. He's talking to the last person, and then we got 2 people out here. So a total of 4 people left. We gotta do.
Okay.
You know, it's weird now, Judge. Every time you remove somebody, like if you help remove somebody, the message pops up asking, do you want to report it and stuff now, because they put all these security measures in place.
They're asking if you want to report what?
Like if you remove somebody, like you know how sometimes people don't know how to leave and you remove somebody.
Okay. Yeah. And the message pops up asking what?
If you want to report it or not.
Oh, to see if did you remove them because they were bombing the courtroom? Yeah. People, ladies and gentlemen, when I say bombing, I don't mean an explosive. That's a term that they're starting to use when people just come out and Zoom and disrupt the proceedings. My printer says low ink. I better go buy a cartridge before tomorrow. Madam Clerk, do we know with the officers that we have out here right now, if those cases are gonna go or can we release them?
I believe all the officers we have left are on cases that are about to be called, but yes, I believe all of them are taking pleas unless they decide to do something different once their case. So, but for all intents and purposes, I think everybody's going to agree to the pleas.
All right, we can.
But as soon as Attorney Soroki comes back out, we should be ready to go.
I'm ready, Your Honor.
Can we call Ernest McGruger next? Mr. McGruger is at work and he said he needs to get back to work. So.
What time is Mr. McGruger?
He's at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock, yeah.
9 o'clock, all right. Ernest McGruger, who has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cases, correct?
Yes.
And he was scheduled for trial today.
Yes, and none of his officers have appeared, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so that'll be fast. Mr. Ernest McGruger, unmute your microphone. State your full name, please. All right. All right, Mr. McGruger, you have ticket number SP 7118021, the people versus Ernest, EARNEST, Magruder, MCGRUDER. Mr. Magruder, you're charged with an improper license. You're scheduled for trial today. In fact, you're scheduled for trial on all your cases. You also have SP 139099941. You're charged with driving with a suspended license. Ticket 173443041. Driving with a suspended license. 173443042. No insurance. SP 139099942. No insurance. These are all scheduled for trial today.
Alan Soroki, P37441, appearing on behalf of the defendant. What's your name for the record, sir?
Ernest McGruder.
Your Honor, at this time, defense moves to dismiss all these matters based upon the police officer not appearing for trial, the police officers.
All right, Mr. Magruder, it looks like on one of the cases, you had Officer Carl Chapman. On two of the charges, you had a Mohammed Assad. On two of the charges, you had a Tyler Orzek. All of these officers have failed to appear today. This court having no reasonable explanation for their lack of appearance, so your matters are all going to be dismissed today. Mr. Magruder, understand one thing though. This court is always aware when people keep driving without license or insurance or something like that. So if you come back again and the officer appears and you go to trial, it's going to be stiff, sir. I'm gonna tell you that now because you got off today because the officers did well. I shouldn't say that because the officers may come here and they say that you didn't do anything. But in fact, you know, with this number of charges, sir, I certainly have to believe that something was happening at some place with different officers. So do not come back into this courtroom, sir, without and not have a driver's license. It is not going to go well for you. So, but today they are dismissed.
Thank you.
Good luck to you, sir.
All right, thank you.
All right, let's go with, is it Tiandra McGee?
Yes,
Ready.
ma'am.
Ms. McGee is on the docket under 835, Your Honor.
Your Honor, it's before we start, it's Miss McGee. She wants to hold her hearing and let's start. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let me call the cases first, sir. We have ticket number, I'm sorry, Miss McGee, state your full name, please.
Deandra Nate McGee.
All right. Miss McGee, you have ticket number SP 144-38801, the People versus Seandra, SEANDRA, McGee, MCGEE. Miss McGee, on this matter, you're charged with, what's the charge, Madam Clerk? It's something with an emergency vehicle.
One count of accident improper turn and the other count is failed to yield to emergency vehicles.
Okay, that's what I was reading, the fail to yield to an emergency vehicle. And you also have, ma'am, you have SP 144-38802. It's involving a vehicular accident. All right, and how are we going to proceed today, counsel?
Yes, sir. Alan Soroki, P374441, appearing after the defendant. Your Honor, defendant, the two tickets I see on the docket are formal hearings, but Miss McGee wishes to go to her hearing on these matters, and she says that she wants to see the footage of the police cam video.
Yeah.
That's fine. You can, counsel, when you are in place as the House counsel, do you actually do the submission for requests for information for any follow-on trials or formal hearings?
Are you saying for a later date?
Yeah, you may not be the attorney for the hearing, but we need to have someone who does the submission for that information. That probably should be whoever the attorney is of record on the day that the request is made, so we can have that for a future date. So,
well, I can prepare a order and send it to the court for the court to enter.
that's and for something to go to the police department requesting the information. So certainly that would be helpful, sir.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yes.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. This is Madam Clerk.
Yes.
The officer is here and it's actually scheduled for.
Oh, today is scheduled for the formal hearing.
Yes.
You're absolutely correct. Okay, we'll put this off and we'll have her hearing today, counsel. So we'll knock these other things out of the way first.
I don't think any of these tickets, the two on the docket I see are formal hearings. I don't know if the other ticket is a misdemeanor or not.
That's the only thing I see on the docket today.
Well, then she would be, I'm sorry, I assume she would be representing herself because in formal hearings, the attorneys do not appear.
Right. Okay. Well, we're gonna push it to the end of the docket, so.
Very good.
We'll do that.
Okay. Well, let's do William Moon.
You said Moon?
Yes, William Moon. He should be under 9 o'clock. I believe it's the last one under 9 o'clock. Yes.
Yes, it is. Mr. William Dwayne Moon II. Unmute your microphone, state your full name, please.
William Dwayne Moon II.
All right. Mr.
Yes.
Moon.
Alan Soroki, P37441, appearing on behalf of the defendant, Your Honor.
Okay,
Your Honor, defendant wishes.
Counsel,
I'm
hold
sorry.
on. I haven't called the case and put the
I'm
charge
sorry.
on the record. It's quite all right. This is ticket number SP13731-761, the people versus William, WILLIAM, Moon, MOON, the second. Mr. Moon is scheduled today for trial for a charge of reckless driving. Mr. Moon also has U964218113. He's scheduled today for trial for disorderly conduct. All right.
Yes. Alan Soroki, P37441, appearing on behalf of the defendant. What's your name for the record, sir?
William Dwayne Moon II.
Your Honor, Mr. Moon wishes to accept the offer of prosecution. He'll be pleading to reduce charge of drag racing on the reckless driving ticket, and the disorderly conduct ticket will be dismissed. There's also 2 tickets that are not on the docket that are being resolved today with dismissals per the offer of the prosecution.
Okay. What are those other 2 tickets, sir?
I'm not even sure, Your Honor.
Okay, well, if Ms. Rogers has indicated she was dismissing 2 charges, she would have told us what they are. So, Madam Clerk.
Your Honor, if he pleads to reduce charge of drag racing, tickets SP137317 count 1, SP13733178 count 2, and U964218113 would all be dismissed.
Okay, now the second one, I got the first one, SP137318. What is the charge in that case?
There's no proof of insurance. That's count 1, and then count 2 is no receipt or registration.
Oh, count 2 was 319.
It's count 2, yes, 1782. So you got SP137317 count 1 and count 2 are being dismissed along with a U ticket.
Okay, count 2 was what?
No registration.
No reg. Okay. All right, thank you.
No.
And the U ticket was what?
U ticket is a disorderly conduct.
All right. So it's going to be a drag racing charge, and 3 other charges will be dismissed.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All righty. All right, Mr. Moon.
Yes, sir.
I need you to raise
Judge
your right
Wagner.
hand. Yes, raise your right hand, state your full name, sir.
William Dwayne Moon II.
Okay. Do you swear or affirm to tell the complete truth?
I swear and affirm to tell the complete truth.
All right, you may lower your hand, sir. Mr. Moon, I don't know if you already had an opportunity to talk with counsel about this, but do you understand that you have a right to go to trial, challenge these charges, contest them, and you don't have to plead guilty to anything? You understand that?
Yeah, but when will my trial be?
No. What I'm saying, sir, your trial on
today's trial date, Your Honor.
Yeah, today is the trial date, but I didn't know for the other 2 charges that weren't on the docket. We would do all of them because did they all come out of the same date and incident? I don't know that the other ones may have.
Disorderly conduct from many years ago.
Your Honor, the reckless driving and the 2 civil infractions all came from the same incident. The disorderly conduct was from
So they would all be today. They would all be today. Yes, so because I see that the disorderly conduct was scheduled for today and the reckless driving was scheduled from today. So the 2 civil infractions, the officers would be here today for that. So we would do all of them today. So you understand, Mr. Moon, that by basically what you're doing, they indicated if you pled to the 1 count, all the other matters would be dismissed. Is that correct, Madam Clerk?
Yes.
All right. So that means, sir, that your no insurance, no registration, and the disorderly conduct would be dismissed if you pled to the reckless driving, which will be reduced to drag racing. So
Yes,
you'll
sir.
understand the difference, sir. Reckless driving carries 6 points and automatic driver suspension. The reduction charge of
Drag racing.
drag racing, let me get to that. Drag racing carries 4 points, not 6 points, and there is no automatic suspension of your driving license.
Yes, I'll take it.
Okay.
Please,
All right.
Your
All
Honor.
right. Okay, that's fine. That's why I just want to make sure, sir, because I have to have you say that this is something that you understand and this is what you want to do. That's why I was asking you, did you understand you had a right to go to trial and challenge this? But if you plead
Correct.
guilty, you give up that right. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're pleading guilty to the, wait a minute, 1 second here. Mr. Soroki, the reckless driving, strike that, the
Drag racing carries 4 points, Your Honor.
no, I know it carries 4 points. I just wanted to make sure it was not, that it was a civil infraction. So,
No.
no, it's a misdemeanor. Yeah, both are, yes, it's a misdemeanor. Okay. So, Mr. Moon, you understand that you would be pleading to the 1 count. It's a misdemeanor.
Correct.
That would be the drag racing that would carry the 4 points. And that's your decision. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Madam Clerk,
Yes, Your Honor.
date and time.
July 27, 2022 at 9:09 a.m. Location southbound on Chalmers and Charlevoix in the city of Detroit.
All right. All right, Mr. Moon, on date and time that the clerk just put on the record, were you driving a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit at the location that you indicated? Were you
Yes.
stopped by the police? The officer wrote you a ticket for reckless driving, sir. Tell me something that you were doing that would have been reckless. How fast were you driving, sir?
I do not recall at this moment.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this, sir. The officer wrote you a ticket for reckless. Would you contest that, or do you believe you actually were doing something? That could be a number of things. It could be driving very fast in a residential area or school zone. It could be turning and whipping around cars in and out of traffic. It could be going through red lights or
Right.
yellow lights or
That's
anything
it.
like that. So
Red
what were
lights
you,
and stop signs.
you went through those? Okay.
Yes.
All right, so the court finds you guilty, sir, of the amended and reduced charge of drag racing, and your fine, sir, misdemeanor. Your fine is $275, sir.
Okay. I understand.
Do you
Is
need
this-
time to pay that?
Yes, please. Thank you.
How much time do you need?
Couple months.
60 days?
Yeah. Or 9. Can I get 90?
Okay, I'll give you 90, sir.
Thank you.
But it has to be paid on or before, how many, 90
August
days?
20,
August what?
22nd.
August 22nd. It has to be
Yes.
on
Yes,
or
Your Honor.
before that date. So
Yes, Your Honor.
what can make it easier for you, so is when you got more money, you could pay more, or you could break it up. You could put yourself on a payment plan, just long as August 22nd, the entire $275 is paid.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. All right, sir. You're all set. You can sign off. The other 3 matters are dismissed.
We can do Mr. McLemore next.
Okay, Macklemore, at what time? I see it.
Macklemore.
Tyree
Yes,
McLemore.
sir. Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. McLemore, please state your full name.
Tyree Jabbar McLemore.
All right, Mr. McLemore, you, sir, have, let's see, what do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 tickets. The first one, sir, is SP 137464111. The People versus Tyree, Tyre McLemore, MC LEMORE. On this ticket, you're charged with no operator's license. You also have ticket number SP 137464112. You have a misdemeanor for no insurance. SP 5256531. You have no license charge or improper license. You have SP 5256532. Operating a motor vehicle, let's see, with alcohol in the vehicle as a driver. And lastly, you have SP 137345051. Expired plates, that is a civil infraction. Those are your 5 charges. Counsel, how are we going to proceed today?
Alan Sroki, P37441, appearing on behalf of the defendant. Defendant wishes to accept the offer of prosecution in this matter, Your Honor.
Very well. These matters were all scheduled for, 4 of the matters were scheduled for trial today. The one charge of expired plates is a civil infraction, is scheduled for a formal hearing. What is the offer that Mr. McLemore indicates that he wants to take advantage of?
The offer is Mr. McLemore will plead as charged of the open alcohol driver and plead to expired plates. The remaining 4 tickets will be dismissed, or remaining tickets will be dismissed.
Yeah, the remaining 3 tickets, because those were 2.
Yes.
So the civil infraction for the expired plate and the open alcohol in the motor vehicle, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. McLemore.
Yes, sir.
I need you to raise your right hand, sir, and state your full name.
Tyree Jabbar McLemore.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the complete truth?
Yes, sir.
You may lower your hand, Mr. McLemore. Mr. McLemore, you understand that you have a constitutional right, an absolute right to go to trial and challenge these matters. You don't have to plead guilty to anything. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand by pleading guilty, you give up your right to have, well, one is a civil infraction, that's not a trial. You have a right to, if you plead guilty, you give up your right to have a trial. And if you plead responsible to the one civil infraction, you give up your right to have a formal hearing. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty, Mr. McLemore?
Yes, sir.
Madam Clerk, the date, time.
Date and time for ticket ending in 532 is January the 30th, 2016 at 8:28 p.m. Location westbound Mack and Grasher in the city of Detroit. And in the ticket ending in 051, that location, date and time is August 16th, 2022, 1:06 p.m. Location East Congress and Randolph Street, also in the city of Detroit.
All right, Mr. McLemore, for those those first 4 charges, the no operator's license, the no insurance, the improper license, and the open alcohol in the motor vehicle. On that date and time, sir, did you were you driving in the city of Detroit?
Yes, sir.
Did you have some type of intoxicant in the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
What did you have, sir?
A half bottle of liquor. It was in there for the night before.
Okay, except you can't have, it is illegal to have anything because you have the opportunity to pick it up and drive and drink. You did have the open alcohol in the motor vehicle, sir. All you had to do is put it in your trunk. That's all you had to do, not someplace where it can be reached. Well, if you have a trunk, but certainly the farthest part away if you're driving an SUV type vehicle. Court will find you guilty of those charges, sir. Wait a minute, let's see, what was it? The offer was pleaded to 1 charge of the open alcohol was as charged, is that correct, Madam Clerk?
Yes, Your Honor.
As the driver, and the other 3 matters that were misdemeanors would be dismissed. So, sir, you pled to the open alcohol in the motor vehicle, the impaired license is dismissed, the no insurance is dismissed, and the no operator's license on person is dismissed. and you'd be pleading to the one. With respect to the civil infraction for the expired plates, what was happening with that?
He's pleading to that, Your Honor.
All right. And sir, on Madam Clerk, on the civil infraction date and time, that's ticket ending in 051.
August the 16th, 2022, East Congress and Randolph Street.
On that date and time, sir, did you have okay. On that date and time, sir, were you operating a motor vehicle with expired plates?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to find you responsible for that. So for the first charge of the open alcohol in the motor vehicle, your fine for that is $275, sir. The expired plates will be expired plate, sir, is $145. The $145 for the civil infraction, I cannot give you time to pay that. So that has to be paid within 14 days. The $275, sir, I can give you time to pay that. Do you need it?
Yes, sir. 90 days, please.
90 days. What was that, the days for 90 days, Madam Clerk? Madam Clerk?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Okay. Hello. 90 days.
Oh, 90 days will be August 22nd.
August 22nd, sir, $275. That has to be paid by that date, on or before, not after. So you can break it up and pay it weekly, whatever you have to do. Just have the whole 275 paid. I don't care how much you pay on any given day, long as on August 22nd, the whole 275 is paid. The other ticket for $145, I cannot give time for that. Those civil infractions must be paid within 14 days. So you got 14 days to pay that. You got 3 months to pay the other one.
I understand.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
All right, I believe Julius Montague is our last person before Mrs. McGee.
All right, Mr. Montague. We started calling that case already. Didn't we? Where did we stop?
I don't think so. I don't think we voted that.
Oh, I don't know why his name's jumping out at me, but anyway, let's see, what time is he scheduled for? All right.
9 o'clock.
I see him. Mr. Montague, unmute your microphone, state your full name, please.
Julius Demetrius Montague.
All right, Mr. Montague, you have ticket number SP128-12991, People versus Julius, Julius Montague, Montague. You're charged with operating motor vehicle without a valid license, no operator's permit. You also have SP133-10972. Scheduled today for a trial for a misdemeanor for driving while license suspended. You have SP14140-841, scheduled for trial today for driving while license suspended. And you have, let's see, SP14140-842. That is a civil infraction, which is scheduled for formal hearing today. You're driving 31 miles per hour over the speed limit. And looks like lastly, you have SP14140-843. That is a formal hearing. It's a civil infraction for no insurance. All right, counsel. Hold on 1 second. 1 second, please. I apologize. I am back, and we were on Miss McGee. Oh no, Mr. Montague. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's see. I believe I called all the cases. I indicated what the charges were, and that we were scheduled for trial and formal hearing for those matters today. Are we going to trial, or is there some type of resolution?
No, Your Honor, Mr. Montague was given the opportunity to take a driving course, and come back and.
So we're gonna adjourn it today.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor,
Yes.
we're only adjourning it on the cases that Officer Presley is on. There are other cases he have out here where the officer failed to appear, and I believe those can be dismissed.
Okay, so Officer Presley, so the other two charges where there's an Officer McDonald and an Officer Bartaway, those two matters can be dismissed is what you're telling me.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thus it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cases. So, and Presley was on 3, so that leaves 2. Okay. All right, let's just do this right up front. Mr. Montague on ticket number SP128129991. We had a driving with no operator's license. There's an Officer McDonald. I believe he's with the Detroit Police Department who has failed to appear. Because he's failed to appear, that matter is dismissed. There is ticket number SP133100972. Driving with a suspended license. There's an officer, looks like Justin, well, I got the JUS, so it's Justin or Justine. But it's Bartaway. Bartaway is the last name, Bartaway. That officer has failed to appear today, so that matter is dismissed. That leaves you to 3 charges with Officer Kyle Presley, who is present in court today by way of Zoom. And that was a trial for driving with a suspended license, driving 31 plus over the speed limit, and no insurance. Those matters are.
We're setting for a new trial date on July the 14th at 9:00 a.m. and it gives him time to take the driver's training course.
All right, you got that, Mr. Montague?
Yes. Where do I take this driver training course?
So that's something you'll have to do. You could check with, you could go online and you can go to the Secretary of State, or you could just Google Michigan driver improvement courses. As long as it has, it's a drive, so no private companies, as long as it ends with a .gov. So if it's a driver improvement course and it ends with .gov in the address that you would go into it, then that will be accepted.
Okay, so you say go online and I'm trying to write this stuff down as we're speaking.
So you can either contact the Secretary of State and find out about driver improvement courses, or you could just Google driver improvement courses in Michigan, as long as it ends in a .gov, .gov, which means that's an actually approved government driver improvement course, not a private company. We'll accept anything that ends with .gov, as long as it's a driver improvement course.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. And you know the date you're going to come back for either the trial or the dismissal?
She said July 14th at 9 o'clock.
All right.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you then.
All right.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Right. And that leaves us with Mrs. McGee.
Okay, Mr. McGee.
I guess I'm free to go at this time, Your Honor.
I don't know what we're doing.
Oh, yeah, right. We have to see if she needs an order, if this thing gets adjourned or something.
All right, I forgot. Where was Miss McGee on the docket, House?
He's under,
I see it. On page 1 at 8:35. All right. Miss McGee was scheduled for 2 formal hearings. One was was that the interfering with the emergency vehicle or not yielding to the emergency vehicle?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the other charge was?
It's an accident 390.
Okay. All right. So what are we doing on this matter?
Can I say something or no?
No, I don't want you to say anything that could hurt you, ma'am. So the attorney will advise you if there's anything. And in fact, he can take you into a breakout room and then you can ask him if it's something appropriate for you to say.
Your Honor, Ms. McGee has requested to have her formal hearing, but she's requesting the tape from the videotape from the police officer's car that's involved concerning the accident.
Okay, well, that was supposed to be requested a long time ago. Today is the date and time for a formal hearing, so I don't know if they have that right now, so.
Also, Your Honor, I don't mean to interrupt you. That matter is being dismissed if she takes an offer, but
The offer that I wanted to take, I asked you to ask them would they take impeding traffic so that I wouldn't have any points on my license. And you said no, that you wouldn't ask.
no, I told you no, they wouldn't give that to you.
But can we at least ask and let them say no?
He did ask, Madam Ms. McGee, so the attorneys are required to, if you ask him to do something, he would do that, but he said they wouldn't, the prosecution would not accept that, so.
Okay.
They made the offer that they wanted to make, you made a counter offer and they rejected it.
Okay.
Your Honor, to be very clear on it, I didn't, the prosecutor gave me the offer. She asked me later if she could have impeding traffic. When I told her the offer, I told her, no, this is what the offer is.
Okay, all right, counsel. All right, I'll tell you what, this is what we'll do. We'll check to see if Ms. Rogers is available, and then she can go on the record saying if she will give the amended offer or request offer, and that way it's clear to everyone that the request was made and it was either accepted or denied. So, Madam Clerk, could you get Ms. Rogers back?
I'm on top of it.
I know you are. I just say that for the record.
Yep, I just corresponded with her and asked her, could she either come on to Zoom or could she come back to the courtroom? Just waiting on her response.
As soon as the prosecutor comes back into the courtroom, Ms. McGee, we'll find out if she will accept your request.
And she's going to get on to Zoom, so she should be logging on momentarily.
She's coming out here. She's the only one that can do that. I can't do it. The people charge the cases. They're the ones that can reduce it. I can't. All I can do is give you a fair trial or formal hearing. I can't change or make offers. I have to be that impartial person and let the parties work out what they want to do.
Okay, thank you.
Madam Clerk, did you get a driving record so Ms. Rogers might review it?
She saw it earlier.
All right, Ms. Rogers.
Yes, Judge.
Ms. McGee, Ms. Ciandra McGee, I believe you made an offer. She had two charges. One was scheduled today for a formal hearing. Officer is present. It was what was the charge? I just had a shorthand for an emergency vehicle. Was that interfering with an emergency vehicle?
Failed to yield to emergency.
Or not yielding to an emergency vehicle.
It's failed to yield to emergency vehicle and accident in proper turn.
Accident in what?
In proper turn.
Oh, in proper turn. Okay, those were the charges. I believe you indicated, Ms. Rogers, that you would do something with the change the something from the emergency vehicle to what was your offer?
You got me to read the page?
Yep, I believe the offer's emergency vehicle as charge, dismissal the balance.
Okay. Yeah. One other charge, the accident. Okay. She had a request. And counsel, Mr. Soroki, would you relay that to Ms. Rogers, what the request from Ms. McGee was, and see if she was asking for something different?
Yes, Ms. Rogers, Ms. McGee is requesting an impeding traffic ticket instead of the other offer that you gave her.
Okay, thank you for letting me know, and I understand your request, but I cannot, there's no reason to justify this, based on the charges. The emergency vehicle is a very severe charge and can be really dangerous behavior. So that's why it's as charged. And I did look at her driving record too.
Okay.
If she takes the driving course, I could change the offer in the future, but today without a course, I cannot do that. And it still won't be impeding though, due to what the underlying charges are.
All right. So, Ms. McGee, do you need to talk with the attorney in private?
No,
Okay. So how are we going to proceed today?
trial. A trial at the trial, because I didn't hear any sirens. The officer didn't have sirens on.
Ma'am, you cannot
He just had his
discuss your
lights
case,
on.
sir. You
Ma'am,
cannot
ma'am.
discuss your case in
We're
front
gonna
of
have
the
a
judge.
trial.
Okay, well.
You can have trial, so you can,
Okay.
counsel, you can talk to her in private. Oh, ma'am. Ma'am.
Can I?
No, unfortunately, ma'am, you are, just the way the rules work, the attorneys that we have out here are only out here to assist with criminal cases. They don't get to assist with civil infractions. And so that means you would have to handle your own case. You would have to ask the questions, the prosecutor would ask the questions, and then you get a chance to ask questions as well. So you can proceed in that fashion now. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Madam Ms. Rogers, I know we just called you. Are you prepared to proceed right now?
Oh, this is set for trial today with Officer Olson.
Yes.
If I could have just a few minutes, I am needed for one more hearing in another courtroom, and then I can come back for this.
We can wait till you come right back.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Now,
Soroki,
okay,
Okay.
now, one second, Mr. Soroki.
Yes.
Also, you cannot represent Ms. McGee. If you have a few moments, you can talk to her and give her a little advice, and that she can proceed on her own. If you
That's fine, Your Honor. I'll go in a breakout room and I will give her my advice.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Give me a second because I closed the breakout room.
No problem.
Thank you, Mr. Soroki.
You're welcome, Judge.
Okay, there you go. You're all set.
Which room will we be going to?
You
You can put her. I'll put her in one.
Thank you.
How many did you open up, Madam Clerk? 3?
I did 5.
Oh, you did 5.
We only got one person left.
I know. That's why I wonder why you did first. I thought I only saw 3 up there. I was like, why'd you do 3? It's only one person.
I don't.
Oh my goodness.
I don't.